Angel Reese was able to recruit 15 a double double season in her rookie year, right? I got a player that I believe is the best player in this year's draft. And her name is Michaela Timpson, and she plays for a school probably you've never really heard of is Florida State. She plays for Florida State University. Her name's Michaela Timpson. You've probably seen her recently because FSU dubbed Notre Dame at home, which was kind of wild, but I also saw that coming because Notre Dame dubbed FSU last year at FSU in a game that went to overtime, or was it double overtime? I believe it was just overtime. It might have been double overtime, but Hannah walked up in Florida State, took the dub, and Tanaya comes back off of injury, and Michaela Timpson goes off on Notre Dame. I believe Michaela Timpson from Florida State University, she plays 4'5". She's not really a 5. She like 6'2", but this is why I said follow me, right? She plays a 4 or 5 spot. She's a forward, averaging, I believe she's averaging a double-double right now. And I also believe she's the best player in this year's draft. And again, I'm not saying I've been saying this, but it just hit me. I think maybe not the best player as in like, okay, it might have the best career, but the most pro-ready player I've seen outside of maybe some of these overseas talents that have been playing professional basketball for a while, the most pro-ready player I've seen out of the college game, I believe, is Michaela Timpson. Because if Angel Reese is about 6'3", 6'4", Michaela Timpson is actually a true 6'2". Her wingspan is like what? What's her wingspan again? Her wingspan is something crazy. I believe her wingspan is taller than like her actual. Well, it's always taller than that, relatively speaking. What was her wingspan again? She has a dummy wingspan. Like, it makes no sense. She's a 4 or 5, but she can sometimes play the 5 just because her wingspan and her length actually makes up for it, makes up for her height. But the thing is, in her game, she actually has a mid-range jumper. She's a decent free throw shooter for her big, and she can rebound and get you buckets in the post. Great finisher, great mid-range shooter. So I'm looking like if Angel Reese can come in, high motor, got that dog in her and everything, bro. If Angel Reese can come into the league on a long leash and average a double-double and put Chicago, a rebuilding team, in playoff contention, I'm seeing the same thing with Michaela Timpson here. So as I'm going through this mock draft on Tankathon, again, I'm just using Tankathon, Michaela Timpson is now 14th, going to be projected to be picked up by the Dallas Wings in the second round. I'm telling y'all right now, I think the best player or the most pro-ready player in this draft is Michaela Timpson. And the reason I say pro-ready too, I believe she's the player that could probably make the most impact on a team. Doesn't matter where she goes, as long as they're playing her, she will make an impact on a team. She will probably have the highest impact on a team. Out of all of these players, Raven Johnson, Haley Van Lith, Rory Harrison, Ryan Marshall, and this is also part of the reason I feel like these teams aren't really high on this year's draft, because remember when I said if you're going to be a rookie coming into the WNBA, you have to be a game changer? It's not that you have to be a generational talent, but this is like regular player, game changer, generational talent. Generational talent, you're kind of guaranteed a spot, right? But if you're a game changer, these teams will more than likely try to create space for you to be on that team. You have to be a game changer. You have to be bringing something to the league that makes them say, we can't get rid of this player. We have to keep this player. Even if, let's say you don't, usually it's for injury. Usually they be like stone away players or like putting players on layaway, but usually that's just injury. But if you're a game changer, these teams will work with you to keep you, to maybe sign you and keep your signing rights. That way that no team is coming to pick you up or like pick you up off of for a hardship contract or a 10-day or something. Like, they will sign you if you're a game changer. You have a solid chance of making the team if you're a game changer. The problem is, I don't think a lot of these players and most of the basketball world and women's basketball world will tell you that these players are generational talents or they're great players. Like, I don't see a lot of these players coming into the WNBA, getting a spot on a roster and changing shit for these WNBA teams. Remember, this is the impact point of view. Angel Reese, Camila Cardoso coming in, you know they're going to change something. You know there's going to be some sort of change. You feel me? Caitlin Clark coming into the game. You know there's going to be some sort of change. Cameron Brink, even though she got hurt, but Rakia Jackson, you know there's going to be some sort of change, even though they had the worst record. Obviously, they were bound to have that, but you saw the flashes. You saw the talent. You know they're going to have some sort of change where you can say, okay, we're going to build around these players. These are going to be our franchise players. I don't think that's there in this draft. And that's why a lot of these teams are just dubbing their first round picks. It's damn near a role player draft. Outside of, you got Paige. Let's say Paige is in between Gen Talent and Game Changer. So she's like in between that. Olivia Miles, I'm really not sure how Olivia Miles is going to pan out in the W. But to me, she's probably Game Changer. I'll give her that. I'll give her Game Changer level. Sonia Citron, Game Changer level. I'll give her that. She's definitely not going to be up near generational talent. So she falls within that role player, game changer type space. You feel me? And then you have Dominique Malonga, who's damn near like already a pro. So I don't know, generational talent. She's going to fall in that generational talent and game changer box. So she's like one of the only ones. It's basically Paige, whoever's falling in the gen talent and the game changer box is really Paige, Dominique Malonga, Michaela Timpson, as I said before. But everyone else in this draft, I believe, really falls in the game changer role player category. And that's not where you want to be if you're trying to make a WNBA team. Like, you want to be in the game changer generational talent category. You want to be in this space. You feel me? I think most of these players fall into role player to game changer talent. So I can understand why the teams aren't too high on this year's draft class, but I'm here to tell you right now, I believe the best player in this class is Michaela Timpson, and we'll get into some of her gameplay later. I'll probably show some clips on this video that I cut up, but we'll get into Michaela Timpson's game later. But I'm here to tell you now, I believe she's the best player in this draft. I think this is her. And she falls in that generational talent, game changer category. I think this is her, man. Y'all heard it here first, as I like to say. That's why I came here. I'm putting it on record. I think this is the best player in this WNBA draft. Over AZ Fudd if she commits. Over Nisa Morrow, Dominique Malonga. Over the Sonia Citrons. I think this is the best. Over the Georgia Amors, I think she's the best player in the draft. And the thing is, she can have an instant impact for her team. So stay locked on where Michaela Timpson goes in this year's draft. Stay locked on that, because if a player like her doesn't make a team, I'm not saying she's the same player as Angel Reese, but I am saying if Angel Reese can work for a team, and Angel Reese is maybe playing just off of talent right now. She's not even playing off of like constructed professional work yet, right? She's getting that now, but last season she was just playing off of talent. She's just playing off of talent. If Michaela Timpson comes to the league and just plays off of talent, she'll probably have a better year than Angel Reese. So there's no way you're telling me that Angel Reese works, but Michaela Timpson won't. And if Angel Reese's baseline was averaging a double double while putting a rebuilding team into playoff contention, there's no way you're telling me Michaela Timpson doesn't work.